Okay.
Alright, I am recording now.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right, perfect. Well, I'm gonna kind of take each game as a vacuum, and then we can kind of talk about like tournament mindset in the future if you want. But for now,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
just mainly focusing on fundamentals. That's pretty much
Gotcha.
exclusively what I coach on. First things first, do you guys normally run Era X comp?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty common for us.
The last couple OSASs we've been doing that.
Okay. Well, I will say with these two awakenings, that's a really good choice here. I like it. That's why I was curious. Because rapid fire for the Era, might for the X, obviously quite good. The other alternative on Tycho would be Asher, but it looks like it got banned. So
We banned her.
yeah, smart move.
Yeah, it
Ban
was
him.
either gonna be we were gonna either ban X play Asher or ban Asher play X, just because Brando we knew would want to play the other one.
Yeah, no, that's a good game plan, especially his first pick here. I would definitely say you guys won the character select screen, but Tycho is a map that you can run double brawlers, so we'll see how they do it. Is it going to be Rasmus or Atlas goalie? That's always fun.
It's Atlas goalie.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if IDC has a Rasmus goalie.
Well, Striker Rasmus is just a Rasmus
Yeah, I was gonna
era
say, I don't know
player,
that it
so
matters.
That's fair. All right. Right off the bat, one thing I'm noticing is we're trying to get the speed boost from Era on kickoff. I don't hate that, but I need to rewind a bit. The way we position needs to be a little different. So this is going to seem weird, and you're only going to see it in organized play. You're never going to see people do this shit in solo queue. X should be like hereish. Well, I have a big cursor. Why is this so large? What the hell? Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it. That's too tiny. That'll work. All right, so X should stand like hereish. That way Era can be higher along the wall, and the reason that's important is as a midfield, and anyone in general, if you are on the core and the goalie is behind you in the same lane, it's like let's split the map in 2 lanes real quick, right? If you have the core up here, the goalie's back here at this X, your job as the guy on the core is to make sure it cannot go along the outside wall. The reason for that is because if you're guarding along the outside walls, the goalie can guard interior. And if they try to go cross, the goalie can get there. Or if they try to shoot straight on, the goalie can cover it. But if you're covering this instead, and the goalie's along the outside wall, guess what? You're now the goalie if the play somehow goes up here. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason that's important in this, like right here, is we want to get X to the speed with secondary. I'm okay with that on kickoff. A lot of coaches are going to tell you not to use this on kickoff, just because there's other options, especially because they don't have a speed against you. Like if the ball spawns up here, for instance, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get. I hate this Juliet emote. Hang on a second. This is tilting me. There. Okay. So like, let's say the ball's up here, right? You're gonna get there before Julie is, because as soon as Julie gets in range, you're just gonna primary her.
Okay.
So you don't need to use secondary to win that kickoff. Conversely, on the bottom side, right? If the core goes bottom, and we have X here, Era's already up here-ish, that's when Era can like walk down. X is walking at the core, hit secondary here. X will have the speed longer and be able to cut off these angles before Rasmus can do anything.
Okay.
So you don't want to just like autopilot use secondary on kickoff, because again, you want to be guarding these outside walls, both of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. If you cover that, it makes much easier for the goalie. All right. So now that's out of the way. Well, before I hit play, any questions about that?
Nah, that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
basically, instead, just to make sure I understand, even though it doesn't apply to me as much,
Yeah.
in terms of the kickoff situation, hold it just to see basically if it's top side, don't burn the speed because you can win with your primary, and if it is bottom side, then you burn it so that Moon has an advantage, but you burn it like not right away. So either
Exactly.
way, you're kind of holding it.
Yep. So you're holding it at first. You're not popping it like as soon as the play starts.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Right,
pop
right.
it more along like this line. And it makes a big difference because, as you know, with her speed, it's like 3 seconds, I think, and it's a decaying buff, so it's at its most at the very start. So the longer we can wait to hit this thing, the more effective it's going to be. So that's one thing. The other detail, and the reason why it's important here, is it's matchup dependent. So Era against Julie will almost never win that kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Period. But like, let's say this was a Juno or an Estelle or a Drakkar or something, then you might have to use secondary on face-off.
Yeah.
Right.
But against this comp, that's not a concern. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, cool. And then just to kind of go back, because I know you're the goalie, Mew.
Mhm.
This is fine. Like, your positioning here is good. On kickoff, that's pretty much exactly it. You either go here or you go here.
Right.
Because again, our
Because they'll
player,
cover
our
the
teammate,
outside.
is going to cover the outside. Exactly.
Yep.
And we got to trust each other to just not lose to air.
Yeah, I think this first one, I'm a little. I do some weird shit. It kind of randomly works out, and then I
So,
lock
like,
in after.
this is actually really good positioning on the part of the forwards, aside from the part where they're clumped on top of each other right now. But I want to rewind a little bit and show you when it should have been different. So, like, this is good. This is a great strike war win. Good at maintaining possession. As soon as this happens, two things need to occur. X needs to get here and stall the core here as long as possible.
Hmm.
If he gets the barrier, fantastic, but that's not the goal. The goal is to burn Atlas's cooldowns.
Hmm.
That way, Era can push up to about here and stay behind the X. While this is going on, Dubu
Rotate
needs to
bottom.
get over here. Yep.
Yeah.
And only then, when we're in like this sort of position, should we be looking to score.
Okay. Yeah.
The big focus is just keeping the core up here. Because if we can keep the core up here as long as possible in this radius somewhere, then Era, who is back here, can catch it if it goes by,
Hmm.
and it can't go across, meaning Dubu has time to rotate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this is all really good. I love what you're doing here. It's just what happens here. This is good. This is almost ideal. X stalls, good. The primary was kind of wasted, but that happens.
Yeah. I hesitated when the core started coming back.
I also don't like this shot, even though it worked. If Dubu was down here, this is a fantastic shot because Dubu can retrieve the core. But because Dubu is not down here, we need to just stall and give Dubu time to get down there. Because what you're going to notice a lot, especially on Tycho, is if we don't have an actual offense set up with one dude on one lane, two dudes on the other,
Hmm.
the core is just going to bounce around all over the place and we're never going to score. Like, we get this barrier, which is great. That's on Rasmus. It never should have went through, but
Okay, so I did some weird shit at the start of this one.
it's all good. It's a warm-up game. Oh, all right, we're whiffing some strikes. My tip to you here, Ramen,
Yep.
is just being more patient. I know you're just like trying to hit the strike and you're missing it. You shouldn't be striking until you see Rasmus strike. Like,
Yeah.
because the core is already moving towards him, you have strike advantage. So that's going to be a term I'm going to bring up a lot, by the way. Strike advantage is anytime the core is moving towards the enemy net and you have strike available. That is strike advantage, plain and simple.
Mhm.
And what that means is the team with strike advantage should always strike second
Yeah.
until you get it by them. Like, let's say he strike, you strike. Now you're striking as soon as you can because you're ahead of Rasmus. But until that happens, while we're in like this neutral state, we need to strike second because the core is moving the Rasmus. He is forced to strike first. There is no reason we should hit strike until he does. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then the other thing, um, covering this outside wall is great. As a midfield, though, when we see our goalies already kind of bottom there, like this is open, we need to cut that off. Like, I am more concerned about this possible angle than I am anything he can do here.
Yeah.
Now, Dubu, again, in an ideal world, should be here.
Mhm.
Or a little further back in case Era misses, so like here, right? But the point being is you need to be somewhere more centralized so you can cover both barriers.
Right.
Since that's not the case right now, as our midfield, we need to just stall. That's going to be something I'm going to talk about a lot, just stalling for time. Just by cutting this off, then Rasmus is forced to go down here, which is where Dubu already is.
Yeah.
So that would be advantageous for us. But yeah, I went over a couple things there. Any questions about like why you should hold strike?
Nah, it's pretty textbook.
Okay.
Strike
Yeah,
second to
it's
win
simple.
interaction.
It's simple, but I've found when I tell people like, if I'm you here, I'm literally staring at Rasmus, and until I see him strike, I don't even care about what the core is doing.
Yeah.
Core's already moving to the right. I'm happy. Great clear. Okay.
Yeah, struck on Eric.
It happens. Let's see. That is an excellent clear, though.
Thank
Because had we gone up top, it would have just went to Atlas anyway.
Mhm.
The forward, at all times, should stay to the left of this guy. You don't ever want Atlas to be able to cut off X, because then he's never going to get the core.
Mhm.
So X, it's on him to do this. If Atlas starts walking up, X walks back. So he's always in front of Atlas. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, perfect. Ult's good. It's a good strike. Oh! What a find. It's just a goal. Alright, good job. So, while I'm saying good job, I'm also going to talk about like optimal play, obviously, as the point of a coaching session.
Yeah.
This is good. I like how you're handling this. X needs to just like walk forward, and then Dubu stay way back, because we don't really have control of this situation. So you're fine here. X should just keep walking up, and you'll notice when we hit play, let's say X didn't hang back like he did there, and he just walked up to where he should be. Worst case scenario, right? Atlas gets the core, and they clear it through here. But guess
Yeah,
what?
tick
Dubu's
there.
just going to get it. And then Dubu's going to stall for time. We're going to reset our offense, and we'll be fine. Not a concern, especially because none of them have like long range punishes. Dubu can literally just dribble to himself forever until someone commits. And then Dubu has secondary to just like win the interaction for free and clear it anyway. So it's turbo doomed for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The reason that's important is it's why X should not care about this. This doesn't matter. He should only be looking to cut off this. Because if Atlas is forced into this little box and he can't go straight up, he has to go to like a midfielder. Like in this case, a Juliet. And then the Juliet has to like, they have to like wombo combo pass back and forth until there's an opening to Rasmus somewhere. Like it's a mess. But by hanging further back, we give them all the space in the world to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it works because just they didn't do anything,
Because he whiffed strike.
but it should. Well, he whiffed strike, but he also had it off cooldown before that went in. Like that was still strikeable. We've already gone over the secondary thing.
Yep.
Oh, good barrier. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna watch that play one more time, but I'm gonna look at Dubu this time. I was kind of staring at the core.
I think I got pulled in by an orb.
That happens a lot.
It does.
Um,
And then I didn't even get there yet.
no, I actually don't mind you going back for orb there. It was safe to do so.
Then
You stalled for them.
So
I stalled for
there,
them.
yeah.
I was
When
like, I'm
this
committing
happens,
in, but I didn't get the hit stun on the Rasmus, and I got scared.
as soon as we see Dubu kind of getting cold feet here, Ramen, we just run in.
Okay.
We don't like wait to pass. We don't do nothing, because if Rasmus can, he's just gonna stand on top of this core and never hit it.
Yeah.
So we need someone to pressure it, and then if we pressure it, then X can kind of hang back. We've got this passing lane open, or what we can do is we can have X like right here. We go up, pass back to Dubu. Dubu can pass it through here down to bottom, and then X can rotate down.
Okay.
But the most important thing is that it starts with us contesting the core. If no
Now-
one on our team is contesting cores midfield, just run at it. Literally,
Okay.
just full monkey mode.
But in this
Question: I
scenario,
put myself in that situation. Should I
Yes.
have just kept pressing it instead?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
you should have.
okay.
You should have kept pressing, and Ramen should have rotated behind you.
Rotate it back.
But-
Yeah.
It's fine. Like,
I just
here
got
is where
scared because
it's
they
awkward.
were like kind of in the middle, and then I it was like I don't know if they can rotate behind me. Oh.
Yep, and that's exactly it. And this is why I put so much weight on the midfield shoulders. Sorry, Ramen. I'm a midfield player. I'm gonna put almost all the burden on you.
Yeah,
That's how we
fine.
play our games. Don't worry.
Fair enough. Whenever you see someone get cold feet, whether it's on offense or on defense, just do it.
Okay.
Just go do it. Worry about the consequences later. Because the worst thing we can do is nothing at all when they have the core where they want it. But Strike War, their positioning is just truly terrible. That is not how you run double brawler. Alright, right here, this is going to sound psychotic, but I promise you, you could have killed this Rasmus.
Oh, did I have a chance to flip kill him?
You did it. You
You're
not only
standing
have
next to him,
a
he's got
chance to
no
flip
health.
kill him, but you also have Tornado.
True.
So when I see him running directly back to his, I'm literally just chasing him. The core is secondary. That doesn't matter because you have flip. He has no HP. You kill him. That's a power play.
Okay.
The core is irrelevant. Dubu does not need us. He's fine. We can go kill Rasmus. Now, even here, you can still kill him. He walked back at you, which is psychotic. And if he's not popping evade already at this point, it's too late because you can just backpedal and then flip, and he's staggered.
Yeah.
And that's good enough. You can kill him later. But ideally, we can like use a little NATO to push him into the net, which is really funny on staggered targets. Instead of letting that thing fully grow, you just like stagger him with it, and then you use flip to kill him. Oh god. Okay. Two things. First of all,
Flip.
X shouldn't have died there. That was terrible. Second, right here, we didn't have
Rush it by
strike
time.
available, so I'm gonna watch it one more time. Right here, we missed strike. Right? Oh no, we strike into the Atlas primary. Just dribble to yourself here.
Yeah.
Or what you can do is you can like hit it right at them, walk forward, flip, and then shoot straight in.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's the other option. But what I would do, just because I'm a little bit of a pansy, I would dribble to myself first before making that play.
Okay.
Because that dribble is going to let me set up a NATO, which is something I haven't really seen you use at all that much.
Yeah, I think he
And
used
that
it
NATO
once so far.
Is going to let me cut off this angle. So that if I can keep the core in this box, it's a goal.
So send the NATO. You're saying dribble, send the NATO to the top corner, and then
Yep.
shoot
Like this.
bottom corner. And
Yeah,
flip
you want
bottom
the NATO
corner.
cutting
Yeah.
this off.
Okay.
And then you can just like keep it here by like dribbling to yourself, and then as it's coming forward again, you can do a pro league angle off this.
Yeah.
So it's like that, super tight.
Yeah.
And then you can either primary it or you can flip it.
Okay. And do you mean the NATO, like let the NATO fully form, or just pop it early to cut off the angle?
You want to pop it as soon as you hit the ball.
Okay.
So if it's fully formed, that's fantastic. If it's not a big deal. The
Okay.
important thing is it's a physical barrier preventing Atlas from clearing.
Yeah.
You'll get used to the timing of that the more you play Era, and I'm not a great Era player by any means. Probably one of my worst midfield characters. But it's just something to keep in mind. Because like that NATO doesn't do anything. I have a few rules that have helped me tremendously with Era gameplay. You never use NATO if you don't have core control.
Okay.
Ever. Either your team has it and it's totally safe back here, or you have it in the midfield.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the
Okay.
only times you ever use NATO. Aside from like the weird one off on the staggered Rasmus to kill him. Those are exceptions. But as a rule,
Yeah.
that keeps it simple. That way you can just kind of control the pace of the core and release the NATO when you're ready. So that it has maximum effect. Because like here, that NATO obviously did nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in. Crazy. Sorry, Mew, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. They have zero pressure because they don't have a midfield.
Yeah, that was I think if we had the comms, I think I said as much a couple times, which is basically like we could just clear around them.
So when you don't have evade against a Julie, you need to not go above her.
Mm-hmm.
She is clearly baiting this kill. Like, you may not know how or where or what's going to happen, but this core is a death trap. That's all you got to know. Stay, like, right here at the highest. Do not go to, like, here, or you're dead.
Yeah.
And what happens is we go a little higher. You can see it. The ult comes out. We're like, oh, shit, something's happening, but it's already too late. It's a good kill by Brando, but it never should have happened. Now, if you had evade, it'd be fine. You just have to
Yeah.
pre-evade. Okay. Okay. We
That
gotta use
happens a couple
evade on the
times.
Julie. Yeah. It's alright. Oh, okay. Couple things. So, this is all fine. As soon as that happens, though, don't play second goalie, walk up and contest the Rasmus.
Okay.
If Atlas goes to Julie, that's Dubu's job. But, like, we kind of are playing second goalie, and we're not a character that can really do that all that well.
Yeah.
Primary is great and all. Like, you should already be primarying this Rasmus as soon as the core is coming at him. A little late now. And at this point, Rasmus has strike, secondary, strike, and primary in a tight corner with Julie covering the outclear. There's no world in which you guys are saving this. It's already too
I
late.
just burned the roll on like pretty much nothing too.
Yep, exactly. Like, if you had roll, it would be doable, but you don't, and that's the
Yeah.
only tool that could have saved it. Even alt probably would have gotten an goal.
Yeah. In a tight situation. Oh, I hate that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wasn't
And then
expecting the
here,
shot there.
that's okay. So, I like the pass attempt to Ramen, but the way you should do it, and this is going to seem weird at first, is off this.
Buy more time for the strikes.
Yes. It
Yeah.
buys more time for Ramen to react to it. And again, it gives Ramen strike advantage because the core's moving to the right, so we know Brando has to strike first, which
Yeah.
means Ramen will strike second and
Yeah.
clear a bot. But the only way to make that situation happen is...
Yeah. I do that sometimes, but in this situation, clearly I didn't.
That's okay. It is what it is, man.
I will think more about it.
And then here, I
I
mean,
could have
that's
stayed
just a
top mid there.
mechanical failure.
Yeah,
Nah,
I just wasn't ready.
I think this one's actually on Ramen.
Yeah, I mean it fully is.
Well, not even just like hit the strike noob. I just mean positioning wise. This passing lane is open, so we know that Julie's the threat. Julie is all we should care about, right? Rasmus is not our job. There's an X, and there's a Dubu. We don't care about this guy. All we care about is this. This is the big threat. So our positioning should reflect that. We should be standing like right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's step one. Step two is as soon as this core is coming at Julie, we either have to strike it away instantly or not strike at all. Fake that we're going to strike by walking towards them, then walk back
Yeah.
to give ourselves time to strike the hit. That's the other option. But we have to do one of those two things. And then if Julie does nothing at all, that's when we hit him with the beam.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, they kind of hit it right through you.
Yeah.
Caught you off guard.
Yeah.
It's goal. Here's the secondary. Good passing. Good ball movements. That NATO, again, just
Yeah.
only when we have control. Better to save NATO and have it for the right situation. than it is to burn it and have a 20-second cooldown.
Like right in there when we had it.
Yep,
Stuck in that
would have
corner.
been a perfect NATO, exactly. I can tell you guys know the basics of Era X comp, because it's a little different than most other comps, and you're kind of positioning right. You're a little too close, and you don't need to worry about this out clear. That's not your job.
Is that where Dubu
Your
should be?
job, yeah, that's what Dubu should do.
Mm-hmm.
You just stay back here.
Okay.
Ideally, Era is behind her brawler, which is why Era works best with a hold it down goalie like Dubu, because Dubu can just like hold an entire other lane by himself. But that way, Era's able to beam the X as well as set up NATOs for support. And we can just keep the play centralized around like one lane. That's what we
Mhm.
want to do as Era X. And it's especially good because they're a double brawler comp. So
Right. So they have to get in close and they have to
yes,
get beat up.
pretty much. Not only do they have to get beat up, it's less about the damage, though that is very real. It's more about the fact that they can't really control the core from a distance. So once the core is in a lane, it's hard for them to get it out of the lane. And Era X excels when the core remains in one place for a long time. That is when they're at their best. Because it gives Era all the setup she needs. We should flip that. I know it seems weird, but look at this ult. Right here. If we flip, and then just immediately shoot it there, we either get the barrier, or, more importantly, we trap the core over here, which I'm just going to draw a new rectangle. We trap the core over here, right?
Yeah.
So they can't clear it this way. They have to go this way, and that's where we catch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just funnel it back up again, and X will have advantage. So you want to try to find ways to get the core stuck in like this radius on every map.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you do, it's really easy to pinch the goalie. Good attempt on the beam. Oh god. Quit missing strikes. Cool. Oh, that was a good try. So I probably should have opened with this. There is a concept, for lack of a better term, there's a feeder, and then there's an off clear. So we have our forward, always. Then there's someone feeding them the ball in the same lane as them. And then there's someone holding the off clear. And when you're holding the off clear, you need to ensure the core cannot go past here.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the top priority. So when we rotate, we have to make sure the core can't go through us. Again, it's easier because they have double brawler comp, but most teams are not going to run double brawler comp. This should be a possible clear angle for them, and if they got it, Rasmus can then stall the core to himself, walk down, make some plays. But if we're all the way up here, we're out of position to stop him from just like, boom.
Yeah.
But if we're here, that can't happen.
So I shouldn't be collapsing the barrier here. I should just stay back and hold the
It's
out clear.
a little column A, column B. Right here, it's fine to collapse the barrier because Atlas has already got himself trapped in the corner. But X has to walk up to here. Atlas needs to have this lane open, and you just need to mark Rasmus. Because
Okay.
this whole part of the field doesn't matter if the core never gets to Rasmus.
Yeah.
That's the key here. It's more so about like the way you're moving here. While it is fast, it's not optimal. Because if they were to get the core to Rasmus somehow, you're totally out of position. And you can catch it with Bewitching Beam, which is fine, but you need to go into these situations thinking like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the only reason this positioning is good is because you have this.
Yeah.
The core cannot be allowed to go past you along outside walls. I'm going to keep harping on that. But all in all, I mean, it was a pretty good play. The reason I'm bringing it up, though, is sometimes Dubu's going to be the feeder, sometimes Era is. It's just wherever we are on the field. It's a great shot. Great goal, good ball control, good damage on the Julie, putting pressure. Overall, that was good play. All right, we're in the first set. Look at that, you got MVP.
Woohoo.
Rapid prime time.
That is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, if you hit tab, I guess if Ramen had hit tab more too, you'd both the brawlers have might. So the primetime rapid is going even further.
That's true.
Named wants you to flame me for how little I press tab.
Yeah, you should be hitting tab after every goal. If you're not, you're a fucking weirdo at that point, honestly. Whoa, wait a minute. I am really glad I paused on this draft. Nobody took the best awakening in the game.
Who
What?
should have here?
That's
Maybe
yeah,
X.
it's just like
Atlas. Atlas.
Atlas takes that over Hotshot.
Oh yeah. Just so X doesn't get it. If X gets it, you're fucking doomed.
Okay.
Even though we
And that's
have
more
Might
important
of
than
the
getting the size.
Colossus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could care less about X getting more size. Like
Interesting.
this is good. Don't get me wrong. This is really, really strong. This is game ending. This single awakening has won and lost me so many games this season, just by either having it or not having it. To the point where at high elo, you will almost never see this go past second pick in any circumstance. But with Atlas taking Hotshot, you should have taken Fight or Flight.
Okay. I guess I just was worried because I think I've seen a lot of games win and lose on like Egoist lately.
Yes. Well, Catalyst plus Ego is also insanely strong.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that that wasn't on the table for them, but
Egoist by itself is good enough. They don't need Catalyst, which is why I wouldn't worry about denying that combo.
got it.
But Fight or Flight is just so good. This is probably the only map where it's not insanely OP, and
It's
maybe
less
Night
open.
Market, but yeah. That's about it. Like, really every other map, it's so good. Okay. Alright, so what I will say is we have Rapid Prime time. We have 3-second cooldown with 2 different primaries. There should never be a moment where we aren't shooting somebody.
Okay.
Someone should be getting primaried at all times, like right here. Beautiful. Now we should primary again, right here. Beautiful. We miss it, but you had the right idea. Now we should primary again. Late. I want you to try to use... be a little more selfish, Ramen.
Okay.
I can tell you're trying to be a team player, but there's no team interaction here. The best teamwork you can do is go to Dubu and Dubu
They're
go
down to
around.
me, yeah. I think I was
Yeah.
calling for it towards the end of the play, but it was already kind of past.
The big thing to worry about is just the Julie, but if you position right, yeah, like right there, you should have passed back to Dubu.
Yeah.
If you're not going to, you need to follow up this strike with a primary.
Yeah.
So you've beaten Julie, now we beat Atlas's strike with our own primary.
Okay.
It's already like so late to be backpassing. We're committed at this point. Okay. I don't hate that, NATO. Good attempt on the primary. Ooh, that's a good barrier.
I should
Dubu
have
should
put
go
down
to
you
Era
there.
there. Yes.
Yep.
And then also, with your movement in general, Dubu,
Mm-hmm.
try to not walk back into your barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you watch your movement here, it's very, like...
Yeah, I'm giving them ground.
Yeah, there's no reason. You should be, like, here.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. Okay. This flip, I do not like at all. And here's why, and this is gonna... This is something that works for every role, and I want all of you to start implementing. If you have core flip, you also always have strike. You can always strike in the core flip. One thing you will see me do a lot, like if I was you here, I wouldn't have core flipped. I would have struck it towards the middle walked at it, and then core flipped.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I have more shooting angles.
I was more so just worried about him since he had his secondary up, doing just a strike, secondary strike, and then just beating me in the interaction.
If he does that, though, you have core flip. You just strike
Yeah.
first. He tries to do something, you can, like, primary him, and if he gets it past you, you walk backwards and flip.
Okay.
But even then, you don't need to do that because Dubu is here.
Yeah.
And X is here. Like, Rasmus can't do anything here. He's solo. There's no threat. There's no reason to flip. See, they're still setting up the offense, and that's why nothing happened. Shot. Great goal. Once again, even though this was a good goal, could have been better. Strike it here. Walk forward. Catch it. Shoot there, shoot there, shoot there, shoot there, shoot there.
And should Dubu be topside here?
Yeah,
I think I
Dubu
was
should
starting to
play.
rotate to it. I don't know where I'm coming from in this particular pause frame, so because I think
It's
I went all the way down to start that play.
so yes, Dubu should rotate, like you said, but when he does, because we don't have a barrier, we have an open net, and Dubu doesn't have any sort of mobility whatsoever, we as the midfielder have to cover the other lane very
Yeah.
defensively.
I think I said at the end of this, I saw that I popped secondary and started running topside to cover the topside out clear. So I guess I don't know. It was just more of a, like, I went there, I think, because I saw nobody was up there already.
Yes.
But
So what I will say is, let me rewind actually before I say anything. Let's see this from a fresh perspective.
Yeah, I see ramen go up and then I start going down again because I'm always trying to keep a triangle.
Yes, and that's a good thing to do. Here's the problem, Ramen.
yeah.
We're centralized in the lane. The issue with that is, yes, it lets us cover up, it lets us cover down, but it doesn't let us cover either of them effectively. If we were here, we can cover bot with our primary.
Mhm.
If we're here, we can cover top with our primary. And more importantly, if we're here, or we're here, it's really easy for Dubu to guess what we're covering.
True.
But if we're in the middle, Dubu's like, what do I guard? So if I'm Dubu, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know. I'm just gonna walk up to here and hope that Ramen covers this, because if he doesn't, we're boned. But we keep it along the bottom wall, which I don't hate. Again, he could have struck into the core flip, but the goal was fine. Could have been better, could have been worse. I like it. We're getting the core to the midfielder on the face-off. That's good. A lot of new teams don't do that. Good. Good follow-up. All right, we should be slanting through this lane. Okay. Mechanical errors, I'm not going to go over too much, but movement errors, I will. So right here, we win the strike. This is good movement because we do not have an advantage. So standing right here is perfect. But then we just didn't react in time. Okay, well, you know, what can you do? Play looked different in real time. Oh, good strike.
It's just out of stuff.
This is hurtful. This is sad. This is the shit that I know it's not fair, but if I saw my forward doing solo queue, I'd be real pissed. Never shoot it at the net.
Yeah, you should
They
trap
have
it in the
cooldown.
corner, right?
Just do it up here. There's no reason not to. If we keep the core up here, it's effectively a barrier anyway. We don't have to rush this. Because by shooting it at the net, Atlas has time to save it. Whereas if he would have done it off the wall,
That is
this
what
would have
he
bounced
did.
back off the
He
wall.
almost had it. He just, I think he didn't have his angle was too shallow.
Yes. The other thing he could have done if he predicted Atlas was going to do that is go bot, but like that's psychotic.
Yeah. That lets Rasmus have a chance
It does.
to do something to it.
Yeah. But as a mix-up, it could work. It just shouldn't be your go-to. Oh, that's a good NATO. Good catch. Look at that. We get the barrier. funny how whenever Era X are positioned properly, the goals just happen by themselves. Doesn't matter the skill level. I see it in all ranks. Okay. Okay, good strike war. X needs to be further up. He's kind of playing second midfield right now. And then whenever we go by a wall against Julie, our evade just went off. We can't evade again. We cannot get dash punched. The primary focus there is just don't get dash punched. So walk backwards.
Okay.
Forfeiting core control for survival is sometimes the move.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see name player was messaging me in VC.
Yeah,
He's right.
he just
That's
tipped,
another
but
thing
yes.
you can do. The middle drum allows for a lot of fun mix-ups.
Yeah, I think there's a play later. We'll get to see it. I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
There's a really fun middle drum moment.
Did you backpass this?
I think he
Let's
did.
see. What happened here? Did I just lose the strike war, or did I?
No, you lost.
No, I
strike
lost.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was gonna praise you for a very good backpass because
I think if I was
they
gonna
have no
backpass
range
it,
to
honestly, I
would've
might
done
have
that.
I might have gone off the corner instead. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the better backpass. But the important thing is make sure Julie's not in dash range.
Right.
If she isn't, then there's no threat to us doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, name player, I just read your comment. You're absolutely right. You can definitely use the middle drums as mix-ups, especially with X. One thing I love to do is just hit it at the drum, and then alt, and then hit it again. Because the drum makes it go in strike advantage for me. I walk with it, and if they try to contest, I punch them in the face. Oh, what a catch. Okay, don't die, X. God. My headset almost fell off my head because I threw my head back in disgust at that. Oh, okay. Simply because this VOD is recorded, I will talk about this.
Yeah.
Right here, this is the oh shit moment. This right here is the frame where you should be like, oh shit, and walk
Evade,
backward.
evade, or yeah, or walk back.
You can either evade and walk forward, and then you cannot strike the core until you see the dash punch. That's a big key. People die all the time to that. A more
Me included.
patient Julie. But like he walks down just a little further, and as you can see, that's just enough. Bang. 1-2 punch. If Julie didn't have 1-2 punch, that doesn't quite kill. So he might have just not expected it, but just got to be ready for it. Oh, what a shot!
Yeah, no cooldowns left on
The
either of us. I
Brando
think.
guy is their star player. I can tell you right
Yeah,
now.
he's good.
I think there's a good argument that it's IDC, but I think IDC doesn't have the tools in this game where Brando does.
Yeah. I could just tell watching this one match that Brando is certainly better than his Rasmus.
I
I
don't know
think the
why I put my ult like
Rasmus. I
that.
think the Rasmus was originally a sub who ended up
Okay.
starting, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
like not the ult.
No, it's a bad ult, but see how we handle the situation from here.
Ramen's
So
on no health.
we mess up the strike. Ramen does get the orb somehow. He should have died there. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
We go away from the double brawler. Okay. Alright, we got some drums happening. I like the log to try to force Julie to make some weird pathing.
Yeah.
Right here, as soon as this flip happens, Ramen, and you're going to get a lot of midfield coaching because I'm a midfield player, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Right here. This is fine. You beat Rasmus with that primary is a good move. Rasmus flips. We pop secondary. I don't even think about it. I'm hitting this button already. I don't care. Because that way I have the speed to do what I call the fakie, where I pretend like I'm covering bot and then I go back up top. Because Dubu has bot.
Yeah.
I don't care about bot. All I care about is this angle right here, even though I can't aim for shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
but we kind of covered nothing.
Yeah.
And then this angle's open, and it doesn't quite go where it was supposed to, so Brando
Yeah.
misses the dash, but I have a feeling Striker Rasmus is not a midfield player.
Well, whatever it
His
is, their role on
era.
the team is very midfielder. They play with Era and Rasmus, but
Interesting. Rasmus midfield's crazy. Okay.
Moonstrike ward me a few times there.
There's some stuff happening here that I like, and there's some stuff I don't like. Let's go over it. So, this is all really good. I love the decision by you to keep it bot side here. That was smart. This KO is really good. The flip miss happens. Moon coming back for the second strike wasn't necessary, but I like that he did it. I like the dribble to avoid any shenanigans. What I don't like is how he did it. He could have dribbled in a way that almost sets Rasmus up, but with two people, he's not going to score.
Right.
And then this way, the core is over here instead.
And we
can
go
get a
straight
safe
down to
pass.
Ramen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there was a chance to go straight down earlier, and then Mew actually
There
struck over
was
Moon.
the reason.
There
the
was.
reason I was worried about it was just because I didn't remember off the top of my head. I normally can't remember very well if Rasmus has burned his cooldowns or not, so I'm like
Yep. Which
on
his
edge for
primary
that
is on
primary.
cooldown here because he used it recently, I'm pretty sure. Let's find out. Oh, yeah, he used
Yeah,
it.
he
Yeah.
used it at the flip. Yeah,
So that is why we could have just passed it down
gone straight
instead
down.
of
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But once we did go up, X again should have went to you and then to Arrow because again Rasmus doesn't have primary just yet. But we didn't, and that's fine. I get being scared of the strike shot. I don't hate that. This is good offense attempts. Ah, just missed the strike. There we
Gotta
go.
move up a little more there and
You're a little
ultimate
too
it.
far up, Ramen.
Too far up. Okay.
Yeah, you're a little too far up. You want to be more. This took me a while to get used to. You and be more like here
Okay.
in the Era X comp because your job, it's not a glamorous job. It's not a very fun job. Your job is just to keep getting this little spear to this guy as much
Okay.
as possible, no matter the circumstance.
I also think some of my hesitance to walk up sometimes is because, like,
Ramen's so far
I
up.
feel like the bottom lane isn't covered or the top
Yes.
lane isn't covered.
Yes, and that's something that will get easier the more you guys play together.
We've been playing together for a year, so.
I can kind of tell you guys have decent teamwork already. It's a lot of fundamental mistakes. Okay. I like this. Oh, good try, good try. I like what you were cooking, though. Wow, what a log. No, alts! Moon drops. Oh, so sad. What a shot. Right through both of them. That's psychotic. Not shooting top there is ill.
I love Moon's mix-ups.
It's good. It's a good
He's
shot.
really fun with flip too. Like he'll do some weird shit.
Let's see. Oh, good primary. Get the KO!
Also,
No,
if I
we don't
randomly stand
damage.
still, I need to fix my Joy-Con. There are a few moments where I'm like walking and then I just kind of suddenly stop.
That's alright.
That's
I
the-
stop a lot when I'm playing, actually. Where I just, like,
I
don't
would
move
say
at
it's
all.
not intentional. I actually would probably be moving like constantly if I
Uh-oh. Okay.
yeah I flubbed it.
Couple things went wrong. It's not just you. So this is good. You now need to stay back and be second strike again. Moon has
Yep.
to come up and contest. See what happens. Moon comes up to contest. We stay back to second strike. So that's good. This now looks good for us. We miss the
Miss?
strike. Happens. Shouldn't, but it does. The primary to try to cover space, I get the logic. But here's why it was bad. The core was already coming to us. We could have just left clicked it at Dubu. And then Dubu can keep it bottom here.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the core's traveling in the direction we want it to, then we can primary. Because even if Julie catches it here and tries to hit through, it's probably going to hit her. So this primary is just preemptive. I like the thought process behind it, but it's early. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I did
Comes
it
back
again.
to using abilities when we don't have control of the core and how that backfires. Any spherical ability, actually, it backfires. The ability has a circle. You want to use it when you have control. Okay, I like this dribble. Now use the middle drum. No, don't shoot with Bell Ringer. That's never going to work. Paul has a good attempt. Okay, great pass. Get it up to Ramen.
Oh.
All right, Ramen. See what you can do here. Oh, I like it. The NATO setup. Almost. You just missed the final strike. Ah, we can't right there. As soon as the core goes along the wall like that, we have to make a choice. We're either burning an evade or we're not getting it.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
Wait.
I do think you found a hidden frame.
What?
Wait, there is a frame in this VOD where I fly into the air and then roll and land somewhere else. I think it's in a later set.
This is crazy.
What the
So
fuck?
this is the advanced tech that you wouldn't understand. He's too high elo for you, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. What the fuck?
Through time and
You know,
space.
that's why I didn't evade. I saw him up there dashing and just.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
You saw the
kidding.
one frame?
What the shit? I can't believe I paused on that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I messed up there. I committed with the roll. I could have let him pass back and
Yeah.
forth. I also cleared straight back to the Julie out of panic when she killed Ramen, and that made it a lot harder.
Sorry, I was still caught up on the Julie dash bunch. Let's see what we could do differently here, Dubu. So yeah,
Yeah, go
right
straight.
here.
Soaring
Oh,
angle,
Click
it's,
maybe?
straight
it's
at her.
really hard. You don't have a log, right? We just used log, I think.
Yeah, I think we just used log, so I've got roll and I've got that
Okay.
strike.
Soaring
And
angle here, or.
I was so like jump scared by the kill that I just struck right where Ramen used to be and was like, oh.
Yep. So this is a good example of right
Yeah, there goes
here.
log.
The core's coming at you. You make the save. You should have made the save with secondary, because if you make the save with secondary,
Right.
of course frozen,
Yeah.
and then you have soaring angle options.
True.
So I guess the best tip I can give you as goalie in a power play, if you have no backup, like X effectively doesn't exist, and Era's
Mhm.
dead. It's a 2v1, sorry.
Yeah.
You just want to stall the core however you can.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait
and you
for some kind of backup or cooldown or yeah.
Yeah, you could stall it in your net for a little bit, but the real concern there is Rasmus primary.
Right.
So as soon as he gets in primary range, you have to hit the core somewhere.
Yeah.
But until then, you could stall, and buying yourself those precious seconds is how you're going to bait out abilities and give
Mhm.
you a chance. Now, that
You
being
can
said,
also remember to evade strike.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
evade strike the primary as well. Eh, unless they do it perfectly, but that's a whole different. That's a different game at that point. Big thing is just like try to find ways to stall.
Just not in the right spot there for that.
No, that was
Like
me in
right
the wrong spot, I
here.
think. Because that's what he's saying. I should be covering that top lane, and you should be pushed up on the
Exactly.
bottom lane. So it's.
Exactly. Because if we go back, we have effectively 3 people in this. Here's our feeder, which you should be a little lower, but that's fine.
Mhm.
You're the feeder in this situation. We got X here. Now, as long as X like kind of goes here, where you are is fine, because then there's no openings. And then Era can come up to here. Because then to get around Era, they have to like go really far around, and you have time to react.
Yeah.
Especially with infinity primaries. So you can cover a lot of space with primary as Era.
Yeah, I walked way too far up and then just traded barriers.
Yep, and then here's another thing that went wrong. This comes back to don't shoot directly on net.
Yeah, I could just go on top side and then. Yeah.
Yep. Because if we can trap the core up here, that's way better than it bouncing off here.
Yep.
So you always want to think about like when you're hitting the core at a barrier, how's it going to bounce? Other thing, right here, this is the original thing I wanted to talk about actually. The Julie ult. Once we see this, our focus should now be to get the core back to Dubu.
Okay.
And more importantly, before she even ulted, because it's Julie at midfield and there's only so much she can do, we should know she's going to either hit stun us or ult. Those are the choices. So we shouldn't even try to go past her.
Yeah.
Because she has no ranged abilities. We can just go to Dubu. And then as Julie's burning her shit on us, Dubu
Go
can
back
then
around
pass
her.
to us when we're open. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can either go through here, you can go up there, you can go over here, you can stall off this thing. There's a million options by getting the core to Dubu.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so... You should both be
It
dead.
was almost a double. Yeah.
Good hit. Oh, no.
Yeah. We were all laughing about that one.
Oh. Alright, we look for the Rasmus KO. I don't even care. Do damage to primary. He should die. No, evade and he's very low HP. That's all that matters. Kill him. Like, he's regen so much at this point.
Yeah.
This is a
Our primary
crazy.
would have prevented all of that.
Like, I just missed the log and it just goes perfectly past.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I'm not just coaching ramen. I've only done a couple team coaching sessions before. So we missed the roll. And then the log hits Rasmus, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the hits on Erasmus was helpful, but I'm just amazed the core didn't hit barrier there. It
Yeah, it's
really
kind of
should've.
crazy. It happens. Okay, it worked out. Worked out really well. We got the core where we needed to. Don't flip
yeah,
there.
that was bad.
Get closer. I want you to think of flip like this. If there's no open net and there's nothing forcing me to flip, I don't flip.
Yeah.
It has to be either an open net, a KO, or something forcing you to flip.
I do think when I hear someone say, "Yo, Ramen, you have flip," that just like in my mind I'm like
Yeah.
rushing. Like, oh shit, I gotta use flip now. I gotta use flip.
I do have to remind you, though, because if I don't say anything, you'll never use
No,
it.
that's not true. That is not true. I think I try to wait for a more perfect moment, but a lot of times that's just what like I'll have like a bunch of instances like that where I just don't have a shot, and then I'll
And then you'll
hear
sit on
you
now
guys saying
1 HP. So
that's alt, not flip.
Yeah. So we got Manu. Lovely. We love Manu.
Yep.
Julie takes
Atlas
Reaver,
gets-
probably. Twin Drive.
She
Over
denies
At-
it from Atlas, so then he takes
Crazy.
Ponderer. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'll just take Siege, because
This is
It's
probably fine. I'd probably go Reaver for the CER, but I don't play a lot of Dubu. Siege Machine's probably fine.
I like it on this map, because your ult suddenly covers, like, the whole lane fully. Like, you don't have to sweat it.
Rasmus should have took that eye, which sounds crazy, but this is so good on Rasmus.
Just for kills.
Yes, for kills, for knockback, for core power. It
Does
does a
his
lot of
primary reach far enough to proc that eye?
things. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you hit it with the edge, it does, and that's why it's good.
Yeah.
Because that's where you're always trying to hit it.
Yep, exactly. So if you land a good primary, it hits you really far, especially on this map. Rasmus has a ton of kill opportunity with his primary because of how tight all the action is along the wall. Same reason Julie's good here. It's for the dash punches. Oh shit, speaking of which. Could X have done anything? Well, he has evade, so could have done that. Still could have evaded. So, one thing to also keep in mind is you can use these drums like little lifelines,
Yeah, run in front of it to not
Yep.
get...
which he does, actually.
Yeah, but the punch, the dash hit him into
The
the drum,
dash
and
and
the
then the
punch killed
punch,
him. Yeah.
Oh, that's just brutal.
is it not Rasmus primary as well?
Yeah, there was a
I don't know
Rasmus
if it lands.
as well. It did. It landed. That's what hit stunned him from evading in the first place. But you got to see that situation coming as a brawler. and either not go there or pre-evade. Those are the choices. Oh, that's a big NATO. Oh.
I don't know what I do here, but I should go backwards to maintain possession with Ramen.
You know what's funny? You should just not hit the core. There you go. That's fine.
Oh, good,
Now
I
ramen
did.
should go back to you again. I don't hate it, but that was kind of unnecessary. You
Yeah.
didn't need to hit it forward. Like, you can
Yeah,
still wait
just
even
dribble
here.
off the wall to the left of that drum back to Dubu, and then
Honestly, nah. I'm literally just letting this core sail
okay.
until they push or they push, and then I go around.
Okay.
Um, at this point, though, you could still pass to Dubu. It's scary
Mhm.
because of Rasmus Hook. He
Yeah.
is in
Yeah,
range.
and he's got aerials now too, so he can dash in a little faster.
That's true. He's got a lot of gap close potential now. Oof. Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
go down there because Julie has
Yeah.
all her cooldowns. So
Yeah, I think
we're
in the
better
moment you
off.
see like I roll right after because I'm like, oh wait, she might dash, but I wasn't ready for it. Like,
Mhm.
And you didn't go straight down either.
no.
Here's the big thing, though. Rasmus already used primary, so all he has is secondary and hook. If
Mhm.
we can get this in the corner up
Yeah,
top,
and then roll
Era,
on him
who,
if
by the
needed.
way, is still not shrinking people on repeat like she should be, Era can run up and primary him. And if Julie tries to get involved, she can primary him too.
Yeah.
But by going bot, that was like their only
Yeah,
goal condition.
it seemed free. I just sometimes forget how far dash punch can go.
Well, the NATO, oh, we released it just a little early. It was a good NATO though. Good attempt. Hook, good catch on the hook. It's honestly just a really bad hook by Rasmus, but you punished it. Okay. So, if we're gonna dump the core forward like this, Ramen,
Yep.
we should follow it.
Okay.
You gotta be careful of the Julie, obviously. But just don't get dash punched. Is the
I mean,
simple
just
answer.
send a primary or something at it from here.
Yeah, like right here, I'm already primarying towards the core. Guaranteed to hit Julie and probably hit Rasmus too.
Yeah.
Like right there, look at that. Look at where that primary line goes.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Good bounce. Hey, we're shrinking people now. Let's go. Arrow shrink, shrink, shrink. Here's what I mean by like how good rapid fire primetime is on Era. He should never be able to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Like stagger regen should be a thing of the past.
Yeah. Because I have more primaries. My primer comes up faster than the stagger thing takes to go away, or the stagger
Exactly.
takes to start regenning.
So
Yeah.
there's no reason he should ever be able to heal. We should just be primarying him. Core's not biased, primary him. Core's biased, primary him. Core fell off the map, primary him. I don't care. Primary the Rasmus. Or the Julie. Just pick somebody and beat the shit out of them until they die.
It's a battle.
It was. Oh! It was almost a good find, though. Okay, what a strike or by Moon. Holy.
This is the one I told you to use the middle.
He
So,
sure did.
okay, let's think about this even if it went right. There's no need.
No.
Here's the beauty of this play. Look how slowly this core is going to Moon. Well, oh, I hit pause so many times it unfull screened me. Where was it? It was right here. Look at that.
Dribble top.
He doesn't have to do anything.
In-
It's already dribbling.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's already going
It's
top.
already going where he wants. He just walks with it. That's all he's got to do. And the core is going to lose speed as it travels, too. It's going to go even slower as soon as it hits, like, right here. And this spot right here, I don't care how good of a goalie you are, if the forward has the core in this spot, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It should be over. If he doesn't have, like, secondary, it should be doomed. All he does have secondary.
Yeah.
Even then, the core still would have kept traveling, and he could have just scored topside. But gotta force the goalie to do something. Okay, we get the secondary on kickoff. We're kind of giving up kickoff to a Juliet, which is wild.
So I should just be walking up in primary instead of using secondary to try to get there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there's no reason. Like, if Alice is gonna strike shot it at you, that's fucking great. You know
Yeah.
why?
You just
Because that's how
have
the-
control.
Yes. Right here. Think about how this plays out. It's just going to you. So you know
Yeah.
what you do? You
Wait.
don't even hit it. You just walk forward and Dubu goes
Let
for
me
it.
pass it to
Oh,
you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because then Dubu can give you a strike advantage against the Julie.
Yeah.
And that's how we push the core forward. Instead, this happens, and we kind of give them offense for free. Then they get a barrier. Oh, what a KO. Oh my god. That was good. Those are the kind of dash punches I've been waiting to see. Right, I like it.
I should have NATO'd there.
Should you? Let me watch this again. I wasn't looking at your cooldowns.
Yeah, we had control. Oh, well, yeah, not
Well,
here.
yeah,
but-
here. Like
yeah,
once I'm
yes.
sending up there, I should set up a NATO, I think.
Yes, you should set up a
Especially because
NATO.
Brando's coming back. You just come right back into it.
Well, he has iframes when he respawns.
Sure, but it's like you can't do much.
You want a NATO, like, from here, that goes like that.
Okay.
Because what we want to do is force the core over here. Because once it's over there, we're over here, X is over here, Atlas has nothing.
Yep.
So I do agree, you should NATO, but maybe not the way you were thinking.
Yeah, that is not the way I was thinking.
You should be primarying all of these people. Like, you're letting them play the game when they have double brawler against rapid fire primetime era. There should be no game. Nice. Great ball movement and clear. You guys looked great there. Good job. One thing I'm noticing a lot, and Tycho has awkward rotations. That's just the way the map is. You don't want to rotate like this. You're gonna rotate like this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you rotate like this, you cut off this pass. If you cut off that
True.
pass, Dubu can walk up.
Okay.
And that is way faster than this.
Yeah.
So you almost never want to rotate like this. It's almost always going to be like that.
If I do that though, doesn't he just shoot down to the bot side and then Rasmus is the closest one to it?
You just, I think
Well,
you
that's
just turn
fine, 'cause you're
around
here
because
and
you're
then you
still
just turn
closer
around.
than he is.
Yeah. Because you are still closer to, like, let's say the core goes down here. As long as you're rotating properly and Erasmus isn't below you, you're still closer. And even if he gets below you, you need to be to the left of him.
Okay.
Like, let's say we do what we're supposed to, right? We're over here-ish. Rasmus rotates down. X, I don't know, overcommits topside. Atlas clears bot. Right?
Yep.
So we're here. Rasmus is here. At that point, we need to go like here. Rasmus needs to go down here to get the core. Then we walk at him.
Okay.
By that point, I'm pretty much back to the barrier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By then, Dubu's going to be like hereish anyway. So we're going to be like this.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's nothing Erasmus can do. The only thing you have to watch is this bounce. But like, as you can see, when we rotate the long way, we're just too late.
Burning roll on nothing, man.
Probably just bored.
No, I have named could tell you, I have a bad habit with rolls of like using them extremely preemptively instead of just like on the core when it's in front of me.
See, that's the funny thing. The best way to use roll, like if you ever play against Maloom, the way he uses roll as Dubu is the core will be like here, and he'll be fucking here.
Yeah, you just use it
Just
right
roll
on
up.
it, and then you hit stun anyone who's contesting you, and you
Yes.
clear.
And also
Meanwhile,
you
I'm
can
out
read
here
the
like,
core.
I think they might pass this way. I'm gonna roll way away from the barrier to stop it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Nope. It's relatively contained this game, but oh,
Okay.
it was a perfect hit stun. I wasn't ready for it.
Okay. A few things needed to change here. We have core control right now, which is fantastic. So we should just walk up there.
Mm-hmm.
And Moon should be like here-ish. Because then Dubu can pass to Moon, Dubu can pass to Era. Rasmus has to cover one, Julie has to cover the other. But our Dubu, he's a smart cookie, if you've ever seen that video. And he's going to bounce it off this thing. So that we have strike advantage when the core comes to us. Or, I'm going to bounce it like this. Even though I can't draw straight. Because as long as we're up here, no matter how he gets the core to us, we have strike advantage against the Julie. So what do we do when we have strike advantage?
Strike second.
We do strike second. But I cannot stress this enough. My eyeballs, when I'm in that situation,
Stare,
are
Julie.
glued to the Juliet. Nothing else in the world matters. I am staring, and as soon as I see that strike animation, that is when I strike. And you can ask anyone, like literally anyone. My strike wars are fucking phenomenal. Oh, that's a really good pass. I like that primary. We used it. We hit the right mouse button.
The right,
Or the
right bumper.
Right bumper in your
right
case.
bumper.
Oh, no! Okay, this is a good example of why you can't Soren angle at certain positions.
I was just trying to hit the corner so that it would go to Ramen. I just fully
No, Robin
flicked
failed
too
the
hard.
midfield check. He failed the midfield check.
That's true, he did. So there's a few things you can do here, actually. And my favorite play is just directly at X.
Yeah. Yeah,
Red
actually
force speed,
that is freer there.
and then just boom, bop, or like boom, bop, or fucking boom, bop, boom. He has a million options at red core speed.
Yeah.
And Atlas will probably save it, but if we can get the core over here, we're happy.
Right.
Because then from here, this is the part that might be surprising. X should actually rotate it like this. Ramen comes down.
Yeah, because it's easier to trap it in that bottom corner, right?
Yep, exactly. And then X comes down and we do our offense over here.
I think that's what I don't know. I gotta see what I was cooking here a little bit. I probably was thinking we should switch the field to their barrier, but I don't know. Yeah, like you're right. Moon is the freest pass there because like Brando can't do anything to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, the game would be super easy if we could play it in pause.
Yeah.
But then it'd be
You can
super
see-
easy. For the
That's
other
right.
team
Yeah,
too.
Rasmus is coming in. I get spooked, and I'm like, he just burned his secondary though. I can go straight down around him, and Ramen will get possession first.
I no longer like going straight down, just because if Rasmus has primary and he primaries here like he should, even if you go straight down, if the little fucking line of the primary hits it, it still hits it forward at slow speed.
You think it comes out before
I
core
think if
speed?
if he does his primary right now, it's too late.
Okay.
Like you're boned. So I don't want to go bot anymore at this stage. I'm only looking at like this.
And then X goes straight down, and I can take it to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And that would be ideal. And then X can just rotate this way, even though I told you not to do it. X isn't the midfield. And then you just stall right here. Just boopity doop 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 doop.
Yep.
X gets in position, we set up a NATO, and then we push it along the bottom wall. Any questions?
Nope.
So funny to watch.
It's so fast of a throw. That's our set loss.
Yeah.
No, they want to reset the set so that they could start on a fresh one.
Yeah.
They were down
I have
2-0.
Kata, so I take ego.
Let's see what X takes, then I'm pausing. Cast. Okay. So, glass. That's crazy. He should have took ego. But it's a good thing he
Right.
got cat ego. That's game winning. Fantastic.
Hmm.
Built different on the Julie's, really scary, but can't do anything about it. Team player. No. Chrono.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
I
we
don't.
talked about that as it was going. Like after he had picked, it was like, wait, maybe you could have done Chrono instead. But I think it was like a
Yeah. So there's two reasons why. First reason, if Era can get a dash awakening of some sort, it helps a lot with her secondary, and Chrono is the best one in the game for her.
Yeah.
And then Cast Last on the X is also fantastic. So we don't want to deny X's Cast Last if we can help it. If, like, let's say Chrono got taken, we take Cast Last
Okay.
because it's still insane on us. We have primary.
Could there have been any
Rapid fire.
argument for extra spec just because I also have Manu and then we just have lots of giant ults, or?
There's an argument, but it's a wrong argument.
Okay.
well, because your primaries are coming out like crazy too, so the extended debuff is.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Exactly. This buffs both your primary and your
Yeah.
secondary.
Yeah.
Is the argument not that it denies it from Rasmussen, so it feels weird to take Dash Awakenings or like Buff Awakenings?
Rasmus already has fucking aerials, so he doesn't even want this Chrono. He'd probably take it if he had to, but
Yeah, but I'm saying you take extra special and then everything else feels awkward, right? Because it's Chrono Cast Missile Prop Team Player. It's like a little weird.
If I'm Rasmus, I'm happy to take Chrono.
Yeah, like
If
Chrono's still not
Era's
bad.
taking extra, I'd be a-okay with that outcome. Because Era getting Chrono or Cast here would be game-ending.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this. Like, this is crazy. And we're against 3 melee opponents. So
And the map's
it would just
not
make the
open enough where team player is gonna go off.
Precisely. If we were on like Oni Village, there'd be an argument for team player.
Okay.
But then you wouldn't be on Era anyway, so.
True.
Exactly. She's fucking terrible there.
Yeah, I'd never play her on Oni. No, I play like Kai, or sometimes Estelle, or Juno.
Wow, how original.
Yeah, I know, right? Do what works.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to find new meta picks for Oni and I can't.
Centaur goalie.
Yeah.
We've got the Julie goalie clip on Oni.
Yeah, we missed a strike. I'm not gonna coach that. Hit left mouse button better. Or whatever button it is for
Right
you. X.
trigger.
Right
I missed
trigger.
that clear like 3 times.
Psychotic.
Well, I mean, it has to be a trigger. You aim with the right stick, so I need my thumb for that.
Right.
Oh, that's
I'm
true.
with you. Put all your abilities on triggers for sure.
No. Put them on the face buttons, and then when somebody asks, what do you use as a control scheme? You tell them, I beat you with face buttons controller, okay?
That would be very painful.
Yeah. But like, you gotta make them feel worse after the game.
Oh, and the flip, and that's a goal. Well done.
Yeah.
Good weight. Their defense is just truly abysmal, which
I mean,
I don't
they
know what
have
I
a
expected
Rasmus.
from Double Brawler, but
Yeah.
it should be better than this. You guys are exploiting it well.
The real thing is that people in OSAS don't realize that if you put the brawler only player with the Rasmus main that really wants to pick Rasmus, he'll pick Rasmus in the worst spot. So like,
Yeah.
they learned how to draft this week. So
I'm not pausing much, but it's because you guys are doing a really good job. I do still think like we need our goalie to be more involved,
Hmm.
and we need our midfield to ensure that our goalie feels safe enough to get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're making straight lines a lot.
Yeah. But you are doing well in the 2v2s, which is good. And I don't hate the idea of Dubu being more defensive against double brawler because, like, they can't score if you are.
I was also just the way I was positioning everything. I don't know if you know, we like rotated so I could play for Egoist, and then by the end of this point, I have it pretty much again. So we're like,
Yeah, it's
we
good.
keep trying to just push me up with the flip.
Yes.
I get overexcited this time around though. I'm like, look, it's so free. Oh, nope.
And
I gotta play for my
miss
life.
an
Avoid the
evade
Julie.
or a
Okay, wait,
primary.
yo, this is the dope roll into the sky too. We gotta watch this one. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need to worry
no,
about.
I wouldn't trust the Dubu wall. I'd be so scared of that thing. It looks so disgusting.
what? No, it's got the whole edge
Like,
covered, and then Moon's got everything else.
I'm
It
standing
is
right
positioned.
here because if the core even goes by the Dubu wall, I can walk up in primary.
Primary. Yep.
I've also played a lot of Era goalie, more than any sane human being should. So I think like that. But the big thing, especially as Era with your primary, is if you're standing here, you can cover both barriers from like a loose ball.
Yeah.
And if the ball goes in a direction, you can walk towards it.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind whenever you're forced in the net. A little early on the primary, it happens.
Check out that roll. You see
Yeah.
that roll?
I did not. I'll watch it again, just for you. It didn't even look that weird.
He glitched
No.
to the
You gotta
no. He
watch the
glitched to
middle
the
of the
top
screen.
again. Yeah. Like
Well, I'm more like
right
where
above where
Ramen
I
is right
am.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm too old. I don't see it. What's
Oh
happening?
my god! All right.
It's the same thing that
Go back
happened with
frame
the
by
Julie
frame.
dash.
Yeah.
Go back frame by frame. Okay.
It,
How do I
it
do
does
that?
exactly what you
You know how to move frame by frame, right? It's like the dot, a period and comma.
Oh yeah, period and comma. That's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to the play.
I don't think I should have rolled
It's
to
right
begin
around
with.
here.
But
It's like right at the start of the roll.
it's like,
And yeah, the roll was bad here. You can
yeah.
roll Rasmus and kill him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I saw that and I was like just regretting not doing it, and then my brain's like roll.
That's crazy. Yeah, you should be using roll as little as possible. That way you have it when you really need it.
Yeah,
I think you're a little too roll happy.
for sure. All right, here we go. Now I go flying.
I love the do arms there too. It's like flat.
It's like, you know, you like jump up really high to
Oh,
do your
Moon.
cannonball.
Okay.
Moon.
Aren't you in
Oh hey,
California?
timing.
Fellas, what's going on?
I'm recording the session
Vacation
so you can
Moon.
catch the first 3 sets.
Yo, go back
Of
on
what?
vacation. What the hell?
This is the coach. This is
Yeah.
this is the coaching. I forgot you guys were doing this.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were watching Razik during OSAS.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
no, we don't support
Because
our.
I saw the chat.
You
Well, then
don't support him.
I'll dip and
Okay.
let you guys do it. I was. Damn.
No, sit here.
We'll have the recording
Listen
for
to
you.
him flame you for dying to 5 dash punches in a row.
Yeah, you did
What's
die to
that?
Julie a lot here. A lot of Julie killing. But you had some good
Brando
ones.
killed you like 3 times in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it happens.
I do have the recording though, so you can watch it back after the session's
Yeah.
done.
You got a lot of compliments
sure.
too. Don't worry.
You've got.
I'm sure. All right. Well, I just thought I'd check in, poke fun at you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, enjoy your vacation.
Yeah, have fun.
Yep. I'll see you guys in a bit.
We'll see
Bye
you.
bye.
Ooh, aw. No! Go to the other
Yeah, play
lane!
top. Yeah,
Doing
there's so much
psycho.
space around them.
Think about it. There's 3 of them here.
Yeah.
One
Wow.
thing I want you guys to keep in mind, I can't believe I didn't go over this yet. I haven't coached in a while, admittedly. I separate the game into 3 lanes, regardless of the map. You got your bottom, you got your middle, you got your top, right? And if we look at these lanes, there are currently 2 enemies in the bottom, almost
Mhm.
3, which means top is wide open, no matter what. Like, you don't even have to
Yeah.
see top to know it's open,
Yeah.
because they're all down here. So as soon as I see 2 enemies coming at me on the core, I'm going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be your
Yeah.
quick
Yeah.
checklist. I'm a big believer in having rule of thumbs. Okay. I've also gotten like 0 benefit out of team player, by the way.
Why am I not primarying all that?
Yeah, you should just be primarying nonstop. 24/7. But the offense was good. There's a reason I didn't stop the play. Cool, good job using the
Saved by
drum
the
to live.
drum again. All right. I got my ego pop, so I'm starting to move around like way too much.
Well, and I was hurt, so I came back.
Oh, almost used team player there. Oh my god!
The drum bounce saves. So that's 3 this round where the drum has saved us from Julie.
Yeah, I will say, because I don't think it's intentional, we need to be more mindful of the Julie.
I'm just panicking there because I'm like that angle was scary.
I mean, with Kata Egoist, you're allowed to flip whenever you want. I don't really like that log, but you're gonna have to get Dubu-specific coaching from someone else. All I can really coach on is team positioning. Oh. Almost got him with the mix. That's a good primary, and that's a good goal. And it's so funny how we, like, never did that play, and the first time we do it, it's a goal. This play right here of set up the core, primary the core, X strike core. Beautiful. This is textbook what you should do with Era X.
Mm-hmm.
That should always be the focus. And we scored immediately when we did it. So this is your proof it works.
All right. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really fast. If that's all right. I don't know if you have any
Yeah, go for it.
any
Oh, that was a
remarks.
short stat screen. Holy. This guy does not hang around.
Usually I go to the stat screen and then stop the recording, so I don't know why I didn't do that.
Never, please show the stat screens.
No, like, yeah, I usually, like, end the recording on the stat screen, so I don't know why I didn't in this one.
Oh, that's fine. So, I'm stretching. It's gonna sound funny, but you could have easily had like 40k damage.
Yeah, if I just kept primarying over and over again.
Yep, it hurts a lot more than people think it does.
Yeah.
6 assists, pretty good redirect count.
You want to see higher redirect count, go to our qualifying game.
I mean, we can check out another bot after this if you want.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that one then, because that's the other good game I think we had that I haven't gone over yet anyway.
And then the thing I want to do to end today's coaching session, because there's only 2 of you, is you guys are going to duo queue, and I'm going to do a live coaching.
Okay.
Where I'm just going to watch. I'm only going to speak when I see stuff that we talked about that you're not doing.
Okay.
Just to try to like hammer it home.
Sure.
We were gonna basically try to do a queue and practice a little bit of this stuff afterwards anyway.
Yeah.
So do we want to jump straight to that, or do we want to do a little bit more on another VOD?
Let's.
This was an hour and a half for reference, so it'll
Was it?
be
Okay.
like 11, assuming, and the other one's the Oni Village game. So
Yeah.
there's likely to we either have to like pick up the pace on it if we want to get some games in, or
Okay.
um,
I do want to see a bit of the Oni Village games. Go
Okay.
ahead and link me that.
Yeah, I'll send you that one real quick.
Let's look at a little
um,
bit of it.
they do some crazy character picks off the bat, but that's actually expected based on what we know about their team. So
That's all right. I mean, I'm sure OSAS has a lot of crazy shit that happens.
yeah, I think this team in particular goes a little wild.
I'm very unfamiliar with OSAS, unfortunately, but
That's it.
It is in the VC chat.
got it pulled up.
What? They got Sony back for Bite Breakers thing, but not for Omega
Yeah, there's
Strikers?
like 2 people working on it still.
Oh.
On Omega Strikers. They're not gonna have Sony be one of them.
Oh. No, I'm joking. I don't really care.
Oni Village, team player start. Love it. I don't like
Yeah.
Kai Kentaro as a comp in general. I don't hate it. I don't like it.
What should we go with instead of Zentaro? Because Moon doesn't even really play Zentaro. He was a decent character for the map.
Yeah, if we go back, did we see the bans? Because I forget.
We banned
if,
Estelle. I forgot what they
We
banned.
banned Estelle, but I forget if they banned. Did they ban Asher?
Kazan.
I think
They banned
that's,
Kazan.
Oh, they
banned Kazan.
Yeah, so that normally
Which is
would have been our pick.
that's Moon's like
That's-
favorite.
Yeah, that's who I would have normally picked. Failing Kazan, then you could do. I think Kai Zentaro's not the worst. You could
I
go
was saying
Asher.
Asher,
Yeah.
but we were like back and forth, and Moon doesn't even really play Zentaro, and he does play Asher. So I'm not entirely sure how we ended up here, but like
Okay.
Moon
think I
was
just
basically learning the
suggested it.
character as we were playing.
I think I suggested it, forgetting that he doesn't play Zentaro. Because
Yeah, we keep
I think of
suggesting it to
Zentaro
him.
as a good pick on this map.
I think with
Yeah.
extra special start, that benefits Asher a lot more than
Okay.
Zentaro.
Sure.
A lot
Alright.
more. But hilariously, this character right here is a really good brawler on this map. They're quite good with the Kai specifically,
Oh,
because
interesting.
they
I don't
both
think
sort of stuff it.
Moon has a Luna.
That's okay. I'm not gonna tell any OSAS player to pick up Luna. That's
Say,
psychotic.
I kind of play Luna. I
Robin
played
will do
Luna
it.
once in this OSAS run.
Luna's fun. I've
Yeah.
recently been no-lifing the shit out of her.
I play her
Trying to learn
goalie. I play her goalie, so I've kind of started trying to pick her up on midfield because that's like the only damage character I know how to play.
Yep. That's exactly why I started picking her up too, and then I just learned how to do damage on everyone. It's funny how it works that way. What was I gonna say? Anyway, point being, Julie, which was picked, Asher, also good with Kai,
Mhm.
Rune, but again we're in off-meta territory. Ideally, it would have been Kazan or Rasmus.
Say
You guys were
Rune's
first
another pick I can go.
Well, you guys are first pick, so
Yeah.
what you should have done is first picked the Kazan.
That was banned.
Okay, well then in that case we first pick the Rasmus. In either case, we should have the brawler pick first, because there's not that many viable brawlers on this map. There just aren't.
Okay.
And it's
So then,
important that
assuming
he
they would
gets
pick
something.
the Kai after that, then what do I like? Do I
Yes.
just go Juno or Rune?
Against Kai, you would go. Now would be all right.
Even on this map?
Oh yeah, now's totally fine against Kai. There's also, hilariously, Luna could work, but you have to KO them, and that's hard.
That's like you
I'm, like,
summoned
thinking
him.
of all the
It's
characters.
like you summoned him. You
No,
said
who?
his
Main
name's
player?
player. Yeah, you said his favorite words.
What
You
were his
have
favorite
to-
ones?
You have to KO them.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. If you play Luna, you have to KO them. But anywho, we were talking about different comps for Oni Village, and the fact that they were first pick, I think we should have Moon be first, because either Kazan's gonna get banned and he's not gonna get it, or Rasmus is gonna get banned and he's gonna get Kazan. Like, he's
Okay.
gonna get one of the two.
I think we
So
did
the-
this because
our reasoning, the previous game that we're not watching right now, they
Yep.
had a really good Kai forward on the
Okay.
guy who's playing Rasmus this time
Well, and
around.
it
I
was
think.
in
Or no,
he was in a Stell
the Luna
main
this
with a
time around.
Kai. He's in a Stell main with a Kai backup,
Okay.
and so
So we
That's
banned
Luna?
the
banned the
Estelle and picked the
Estelle and
Kai.
picked the Kai, so he got neither of them.
Gotcha.
So he's
We had
pushed onto.
inside
I think
info
in this
on
case
what
he's
this
pushed
team
onto
was gonna
Rasmus,
play
right?
anyway, so we're gonna ban. We had a ban strategy for them, or like they had a ban strategy for them.
Yeah, that's totally fine, and it's good to have a ban strategy for your opponents. But you also want picks that synergize with each other. Kai Zataro do not really synergize.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is where Moon should have just gone Asher, and we can
Yeah.
kick ourselves afterwards for having
Yeah.
said it but not done it.
Yeah. I agree. Especially just the way I saw him play on Tycho. I don't know if he's gonna do Zentaro well.
No, he does okay once he starts figuring out like some of the passive stuff. But the other thing that you'll notice here, that's a little funny about this comp.
They went Pummelers, Luna?
Not that's not the
That's
thing.
Hold on.
Look at all the gears.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's they're
That's his
like a
main pick.
Julie one-trick goalie with like a backup Zentaro goalie.
No, oh, he has
And
an
like an
era
era
goalie.
as well. That no, Zentaro goalie is another one that they
No, I know.
actually play
I saw that too.
frequently.
But yeah, he plays
That
era.
is based as fuck.
Yeah.
I am one of the biggest believers of Julie Goalie and Hyelo you will ever see, and I will
Soren
never
is
tell
too.
someone to pick it on Oni Village. Ever.
No, exactly. That's so we actually pushed them towards Oni. I think we didn't have the map pick, right? But
No, we did not. We had-
kept it on open maps where Julie was like not going to be able to like contest in a lane very easily.
I don't. I'm in awe. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
They actually, for more lore, in the prize fighter whatever tournament, they beat the Gapped guys. I was just watching. I wasn't playing, but they beat our other goalie and Moon and Ramen
Gotcha.
on Oni with the Julie goalie.
No, I
So
mean I'm a believer in Julie Goalie, but defending the barriers as Julie on this map is not doable.
yeah.
And once the barriers are down, defending the open net's even less doable.
So unfortunately, a lot of this
Oh, what a
game,
shot!
yeah, a lot of this game is Moon running around being like,
How do you
how
play
do I?
Zentaro?
Well, Ramen
Yeah.
and I are just kind of, well, mostly Ramen, honestly, because I'm doing the tap classic goalie thing of just sitting on the bottom barrier and like clear it when it comes to me. So
Moon should start
So-
middle.
Here's the thing. It's actually going to be somewhat controversial. People have different takes on Oni Village. This is my recommendation. You want the character with either the most range or the most speed in the center.
So me.
Yes. You want it to be you in this case. Because Kai, if he's in the center, can use secondary to go to any of these places.
Mm-hmm.
He can also use primary to catch the core in any direction.
Yeah.
Whereas if we have Atlas here, he doesn't have that kind of mobility, and he can't push up that far without losing a barrier.
Yeah.
So that's not really doable.
Granted, on
which
this
is why-
kickoff, I have neither primary nor secondary, but
Well, you have Giga then. It's fine.
Yeah, true.
You have a million different ways. The point being is the goalie needs to be in one of these speed lanes,
mhm.
and one of the forwards needs to take center.
okay.
And I will always recommend it to be either A, this is top priority, the one with the most range, so like an Estelle, or B, the one with the most speed.
Okay.
In this case, it can be Kai. But it looks like we're doubling up bot side, which is putting a lot of pressure on Ramen. You actually could have won this.
Yeah.
They played this very poorly. All you have to do is walk backwards.
Yeah.
Because his secondary is going to run out before it matters. And then,
Let's pass
once
straight
he
down.
inevitably fires the secondary, because everyone wants to do something with it, then you let that hit the core to you and you strike it past.
Okay.
You don't want to strike it at the Julie, obviously, but if you were to try and beat him in his lane, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Even better is you just pass it down.
Yeah.
You have to be a little careful of this Luna, but Moon is doing the perfect brawler thing,
Yeah.
and
Don't
staying
let
on
her
top of her.
dash.
Yes, he needs to just hug her all game. Okay. Okay. So, one tip I have when it comes to Oni, again, this comes back to our earlier coaching. Don't let the core go past you along the outside.
Yep.
If it goes along the middle, not the end of the world. Outside, very bad. Because as you'll see how this plays out, it goes past you along the outside. Now the core's trapped in our side. Now they're on offense with 2 people.
Yeah.
Just immediately.
That's got to just go down, I think. Take the free barrier.
Yeah, we yelled at him about it in the game.
Yeah, trying to get top there was greedy. We're also kind of clumped on top of each other a lot.
Yeah, Moon starts playing more on the goalie later on because we were like, we're kind of holding in the middle. Why don't you just go up and play for opportunities?
Yeah.
And that way he could have his cooldowns ready and bully the Julie around a little bit because she can't do a whole lot against a Zentaro when he's just like hitting her.
Walk
Okay.
back to here, Ramen, because our forward's already here. We are the glue. When our goalie is somewhere, we cover the other thing. When our forward is somewhere, we cover the other thing. We don't decide where our forward and our goalie go.
Okay.
Our job is to just be the support. That is why midfield is the hardest role in organized play. It's a lot of reading what your teammates are doing and complementing it, which requires good knowledge of all the roles. It's quite difficult.
Well, I do play some goalie as well, and I've kind of started trying to learn forward, so it's trying to learn all the roles, but forward is not quite there yet.
Ooh, 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 what a KO. Let's go, Moon. Okay, so, Oni Village, team player. One thing we're not utilizing enough is Atlas can just walk up along the speed lane. Kai can go like back here, and we can farm red core for fun and then shoot it.
Okay.
Instead, we're kind of trying to just like force it through them, which will probably work right here. Yeah, it did. But without cooldowns, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I like that dribble. I like that flip. I don't like the shot.
Yeah. Didn't wait long enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just got to be more patient. It was a good finish.
I think
though.
later we get the Julie is very good at like just stopping the insta flips, but like later we got a little bit better about having some patience on the shots.
Yeah, a
It
lot
was
of it
doing
is just
wonders.
kind of adapting to what people do.
There was one where we were like, Moon, you threw, and then he baited out all the cooldowns and scored perfectly.
Moon should have got that barrier, but it's alright. We got it now. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do not go bottom here. There's 2 enemies bottom. Remember, like the sandwich. There's 2 enemies bottom. There's none top.
Yep.
So, right here we go bottom.
Oh, I
and
lost the strike war.
oh,
You can see my
Yeah.
arrow is pointing up when I.
oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, my bad.
Ramen lost a strike war?
I
I
know
just
it's
don't
rare.
use that.
Yeah, can't even account for it when you're coaching because
No.
What do you
This-
mean rare?
This is good. Boom, nailed it. Now we go boom,
right back up.
then boom. We cannot go to Atlas a 3rd time, by the way, because the red core speed will be too fast. His strike will be on cooldown, and we will own goal. I know this because Carmine and I have limit tested it about 100,000 times.
in nasty, I'm sure.
In nasty, yes, but also in duo queue and in nasty in houses. Ugh. All right. Trash good. Fast forwarding.
I
Fast
should have taken
forwarding.
egoists, but
Yeah.
Yes. Chrono's great though. I'm never gonna bitch at a Kai for taking Chrono, like literally ever. Especially because Catalyst is also in this draft.
yeah,
Unstop Julie, kind of a big deal. Kind
Yeah.
of a really big deal, actually.
I didn't think much of it at first because the only thing that we have that really is just a hit stun force it through is my Giga. But then there were like 4 instances at least where we would have had a barrier if she didn't have unstop because my Giga would have stopped it, I think.
Yes. And
So,
that is why unstop is always really good on a goalie.
yeah.
It's such a big
I still think though it's better to pick up stuff than deny it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Most
so
Like
of
in
with
the
these
this
time.
case, I don't know if there's like which one of us takes that. Like I don't think either one of
Right.
us really takes
I don't think anyone takes
unstop there.
unstop here. I'm just pointing out what's happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Timeless on Atlas.
Glass
Obviously,
maybe.
this is good, but I'm thinking glass. Just for the
All right.
speed. On Oni, it's
Sure.
a huge benefit. And additionally, here's another benefit of it. They don't do a lot of accidental damage. They don't have an
Right.
aiming. They don't
Yeah.
have an Estelle. They don't have these things that are going to accidentally
You
break
have to
your glass
burn like
man.
full valuable cooldowns to hit me with
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, they have to hit you on purpose.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I've had a lot of stray Lunar Rockets get KOs, but
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping for unstop here, obviously, but
yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
I didn't think so.
I already forgot what Luna took, but whatever. But yeah, this is the weirdest face-off formation I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen someone not be in the middle on Oni. This is like jarring to me.
I guess my thought process is like I'm so unconcerned with top barrier that if it goes through the middle and hits top, I just play it out.
Well, the
But
funny thing is, I don't actually hate it because my ideal rotation in Oni is goalie, brawler, midfield.
yeah,
Like I want the goalie and brawler in the same lane. Like let's say this barrier's gone, I want brawler,
Pineapple.
goalie,
oh,
pushing along the lane like that, right? And then the midfield comes to cover the outclear. So that's why I don't actually hate it so much, but it's really strange. And I would highly advise instead we have the Kai in the center,
in the
Yeah.
center.
Atlas up top,
Okay.
Zen bottom. And then on face-off, we just look for ways to kind of enable each other, getting Atlas the core, so that we can then like do some setups and get some sort of pressure with a 2-on-1 in one lane to take barriers.
That said, it looks like they're doing the same thing as we are.
They
Yeah,
are.
they are.
That's why it's
But they're
very
going-
bizarre.
Yeah, I guess that's right. The Rasmus is the forward in their case. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we picked that up from Zitto, right? He had heard somewhere like you
Uh,
always want to stack the forward and the goalie.
I don't
on
remember
Oni.
if we got that from Zido or not, but
You do want to do that, just not on face-off. I don't know. That's
Oh, dude,
that's fucking psychotic.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those are some good saves.
he does know how to pilot a Goliath.
Julie goalie.
Yeah, it's like his whole thing.
God.
Okay,
The problem with Julie goalie is if you pass.
that's
I mean,
true.
that's a problem for a lot of goalies.
It is,
Oh,
but Julie is
sorry.
even less tool. Like literally
Yeah.
the least tools in the game to deal with that.
Like even Kazan can just get like a fucking dash awakening and then he can sort of handle those, but
Right.
Julie literally is doomed if you pass.
Yeah.
Oh god, dude,
So I'm
she's
kind of in
good.
autopilot because we've been coaching for a while. I need to rewind and watch this. I like that pass. I hate that flip. We should do
Yeah.
this, walk forward, flip closer. We
I mean,
should
if
almost
Ramen-
never
No,
flip
no,
without
Ramen-
striking first.
Ramen can make that if he hits if he flips right. Bottom corner's open if he barrages it through. Or actually, he doesn't
Yeah.
need to. Bottom corner's just open, really.
You mean just straight like this?
Yeah, if he passes to Ramen, then Ramen hits bottom corner. That's
Oh,
just a
yeah. But, like, come on. You guys got to call that out. This is a very quick, spur of the moment thing. But no, Pineapple is right. If you guys do a flip
That's
pass.
actually boom.
Oh, is it boom?
Yeah, it's
What's
boom.
that?
Yeah.
My bad.
What?
Boom in disguise.
yeah.
I was really confused. I'm like, you don't sound like Pineapple at all.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got a cold.
All good. All good. If anyone's allowed to impersonate Pineapple, it's probably Boom.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, you should see my in-can clan saber on Vaga.
That's pretty funny.
Oh,
Oh, what a play. That's a good
so
pass.
fucking clean.
Let's speed up a little bit
Ooh,
because we wanted
okay.
to do the live
Okay.
coaching thing too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. I'm like, classic Oni gameplay. There is a moment in this one where the core goes in like a perfect square shape,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
for at least 3 times around. I'm pretty sure.
Best
Um,
tip I can give on Oni, actually, real quick while we're here. This is something I've rarely see people talk about. I call this space no man's land. That's a little too thick, actually. It's more like this. This right here. I have to really concentrate to draw in semi-straight fashion. This right here is what I call no man's land, and the reason I call it that is because these are the 2 worst places you can possibly stand, and you'll see Luna's directly inside it. Rasmus is almost in it. Reason for that is you're not high enough to actually be covering any space like you would be here, and
Mhm.
you're so low at this point that you would be better off being in the speed lane and using the speed lane to cover this region.
right.
Yeah.
So you either Oni is a weird map to coach positioning on, because like this is fine if it's opening up a passing lane, but terrible in any other outcome. And this
Right.
is far better because of the speed.
Yeah.
So it's really important to control the speed lanes and to use them when possible.
Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing it up is I'm seeing a lot of play from both teams nowhere near the speed lanes.
Yeah, no, that's well said. Like, unless you're dribbling it up, yeah, you definitely should just be in speed lane. Or
Yeah,
like
pretty
you
much
said,
like
never
always,
pass.
almost. You just have to be careful of getting KO'd.
Yeah.
That's why Oni is
Oh.
a map that Demon's Raw gets a surprising amount of KOs on.
Yeah.
Because everyone's playing for the speed lanes. Nice. Nice. I like the dribbles. Good ball control. Taking advantage of the pummeler's Luna.
Oh, there's Luna.
Yep. I like the team player idea.
In that case, Atlas is a good pick.
Oh god.
Ooh,
That's
man.
trash.
Yeah,
If she-
he almost died to that like
If she bursts there and
10,
doesn't
15
troll,
seconds
she's
earlier
dead.
too.
Yeah. Gotta be careful of those.
I also see the
Good
like
save.
classic thing of like if you get passed, he just sends it at the goalie.
Yes.
Like min drops. Like you got if you get a pass like that and the goalie's right in front of you, just dribble it and then aim for a corner.
No, you're absolutely right about
Those are
that.
things
That's
to
really
do.
good passing.
Yeah,
We're
that
finally
was.
using team player a little.
That wasn't a terrible shot. He just had to aim a little lower.
Yep.
It would have
This is
still been
it.
covered, but
What
harder.
is
This
happening?
Team player. We love team player.
Yeah,
we
but
do
you
love
hit it at
player.
the Rasmus.
right.
I was
No, it's
trying to
like
go
we were just having
between
like a
them.
little like a hacky sack circle.
It was. It was like everyone was on the same page to just not
Yeah.
score.
We out
They
here in the
want to see
quad.
Core go
Okay, he
fast.
trolls with ult. Did you see that?
Oh, what a
That was a
catch.
very nice, very nice ult.
Get a moon. Oh,
Well,
he had the right
I
idea.
mean, as the fucking ridiculously Rasmus one trick, it's kind of painful to see him use certain things.
Painful
Okay.
that he's so far back when the Luna could be far back and dash up, but
I mean, you can play.
Oh,
Rasmus
what a
in the
shot!
midfield. That was a beautiful angle. I've been waiting for that for like forever because that's what you gotta do against Julie. Just hit the
That
corner
is.
she's on there.
Especially with team player start. Going Julie goalie
Yeah.
is so psychotic.
It was a team player start.
oh,
it was
Yes.
team player start.
Oh, that bounce was unfortunate. That was actually a really well placed shot. That was one of those things where it was like a millimeter.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay. So, in this situation, Ramen, our focus is just to stall.
No, look at that shot though. That was
I
a
know.
millimeter off.
what
It
the?
should have been a goal.
Yeah,
But
and then the next one was also
I missed the
millimeter.
corner there, but it kind of works out.
I actually hate what you were cooking anyway. So I'm glad it missed. Because think
Because
about what this does.
the Luna was right there anyway.
All it does is just going to bounce off this, and Julie's going to catch it, and then
Team player
guess
right
what?
back.
They're going to team player it into your net.
Oh, she's a team player.
Yeah.
It was a team player start.
Team
Oh,
player,
I didn't know
team
that they were
player,
picking
extra
Julie's
special.
team player.
Well, it's Julie goalie, so
I think you can make an argument for extra special Julie Gully, because the little
can.
bit of Julie Gully I've played, that special is the best thing you've got, but...
It is.
Oh, by fucking.
Julie
Yeah.
Gully is really good on some maps. Terrible here. It's terrible here for so many reasons.
What maps? What maps are they good at?
I think it'd be really good on Night Market. You can
Yeah.
make it work on Tycho. You can make it
Okay.
work on Clarion.
Gumi played it
I
on
have
Deus.
seen it really well in Clarion.
Deus
You
is really
lost
good.
to it right before this on AtLab.
Yep.
I don't like it on AtLab, but it could work. That would be one of the weaker maps for it, though.
I would argue we lost to the Kai midfield. Because it got egoist, and it was just tough to deal with. We were burning all our stuff to keep his energy down instead of scoring.
I think this will be the last set we cover of this VOD. That way you guys can do some live coaching.
Yeah, sure thing.
Alright. I can confirm from solo queue, Zach is a good person to coach.
Thanks.
Yeah, I had one session with him about a month ago, and it was probably one of the best sessions I've had.
Do any of you guys?
Yeah,
play
I've
Gumi?
already gotten a lot out of this compared to some other coaching sessions.
'Cause I know Zach
I
probably has really good
have-
aiming
what the
coaching as
hell?
well.
Yeah, names. You're terrible. I don't actually mean you. I just mean like in general, like when we've done team coaching in the
my
past, there's
God.
been a
Moon is just edging right now, dude.
I know.
Moon,
And I'm
you
like,
gotta
play
use your
goalie, and
flip.
he's like, nah, I got this.
I
Okay,
respect
never
it.
mind, they
He
didn't
gets
kill
that-
him,
he
he's
gets
good.
it back. I mean, I do the same shit. You got it.
Oh.
Oh, Moon, use your flip.
Oh, he reached the hook. You love to see it.
Stay up and use flip. We did it. Oh,
Alright, waiting out the ult is smart.
yeah.
Oh, I like the dribble. Alright, Luna uses up both cooldowns and flip there. That's really good.
What a save. Okay.
I can't, but I like held that long, and then I just missed the strike shot because I'm
As
greedy like
batshit
that.
as insane as this sounds, I think the Zen and the Kai might have had to switch. Because I feel like the Julie goalie actually is countering like all of Zen's abilities really well, but like against stuff like Kai Barrage, she really can't do shit.
Holy.
Unless she has an ult up.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh my god, that was pristine.
No.
Alright.
The barrage just didn't quite catch it in time, and I should have primaried earlier.
Because Julie goalie is sort of like Ashley really, where like she's actually surprisingly solid against Zen.
Yeah,
Just
she
because
is.
Zen is like stuff and she's anti-stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody like Kai who's sort of like really good at squeezing him in and finding like weird angles.
I think the one thing that was consistently working on Moonzed was when he would have passive and stuff through.
Yeah, no, when he was going
but
primarily
that's-
for strikes or like passives and then using the ability to like gain control of the core, I think was definitely when you were having more success.
I can tell
But
he's
that's just-
definitely
that's
not
tough.
a Zentaro player, but he is using.
No, he's not. Not at all. I can't believe we like. He should have just said no. I think earlier the previous game against the same team, we said, "What about Zentaro?" He's like, "I don't play Zentaro," and we're like, "Right." We played the same team like 2 games later. We're like, "What about Zentaro?" And he's like, "Fine." Like,
Crazy thing, especially because Zentaro, I feel like is super matchup dependent.
All right,
Like,
real
him
quick
beating him
before we
is-
go too deep on the Zentaro train for the guy who's not even here.
right.
This core ramen, as
Yeah.
you see, it's getting to the guy with flip. We cannot be in flip range
Okay.
because the flip will hit stun us, and that's going to ruin our ability to save it. We need to be more back here.
I guess I just
Although
didn't
he-
even expect him to flip from there.
Mew has coverage of the whole goal right now with secondary though, right?
No,
Secondary's
he
not up.
Oh god.
Yeah, and this happens to us a couple other times this
Hey,
game where
hey.
Ramen and I end up in a straight line, and they just flip and go opposite, and there's not, like, we just don't recover in
Yep.
time.
And the
So we
best
kind of
way to
started
prevent that
adjusting for it.
is
Yeah.
more spacing, because
Yeah.
if you're in flip range, he's gonna flip.
Yeah.
So you have to stay just out of flip range and then try to get the core away from him with abilities.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can do. Because by being on top of him, we get hit stun by the flip, which
Oh.
prevents our barrage from coming off in time.
Yeah.
he has
And as a
primary,
result,
saves it. Atlas got
This is just wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't react to primary. Like, I should have just
I
gone
mean, I
for
don't
it
think
right
primary
away.
is even fast enough because it has a decent travel time.
Yeah, but I have strike shot on timeless, so I think if I just threw it straight
Well, if you
down,
did
it would have at least lasted kind of long enough to, like,
Yeah, if you did it
as he's flipping.
right when he flipped, it would have worked.
Yeah.
But if you did it any later, it's like here. It had to be here.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think I could have read it there, but I was just like in my brain, I was like scrolling through my abilities to see what I could do, and it was already too late.
And then
like-
if he's like 30 million IQ, he just sends it at the top corner.
He can,
right.
but even if he does, by the time your primary finishes casting, you'll be able to walk up and catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is absolutely something he could do. But because we got hit stunned by the Rasmus, we're effectively not able to
Yeah.
save it.
Yeah.
Do we want to skip to the stat screen, just for lulz?
We could, but I want to see this set.
Oh, you okay? You want to finish the set out?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few other things I really do want to talk about, but
Well, we did have
Um,
British there.
I haven't had a situation to do it. I'm waiting for a play.
The problem is that the plays don't happen from the brawler because the brawler doesn't know what he's doing.
It's true. I mean, neither team is really dribbling properly to showcase. That was almost a really good example of it, actually. So one thing you guys can do with corners, and is especially important on Oni Village, there's angles on defense that I exploit constantly. One of them being straight backwards to myself. The other one being diagonal to myself.
Right.
Because if you hit this core, right? Let's watch this in slow-mo, actually. That's going to be the best way to show you exactly what I mean. Because we hit the core, and immediately Luna's already like, I got to cover the speed lane, which is correct. She needs to cover the speed lane. But had we hit the core here, it would come right back at us.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that's important, because we just had the core here, right? Why is it important that we bounce it off this wall? The reason that's
Strike
important,
advantage.
it gives you strike advantage, and it makes the core moving in a spot that gives you passing opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Atlas walks forward, we can go to Atlas. Rasmus has to cover that, which means Zen's open. But if Rasmus covers Zen, then Atlas is open. If Atlas is open, then Atlas goes off the bottom and Zen's open. And it effectively cuts Luna out of the play entirely.
And Julie goalie's not interfering.
Yeah, she's not going to do shit about it. Literally, it's Rasmus versus these two if you do that.
Yeah.
And he ain't going to win that. But by going topside, we give Luna opportunity to be in the game.
And I kind of I strike war ramen for fun, I guess.
Well, I don't even think you hit it with that, and I just didn't wait for Luna to strike.
No, I meant there was one where you were gonna strike it off the top, and then I kind of like strike shotted it, so it just went straight into the lane instead of wherever you were cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have flipped there.
Like again, that was just we're passing to Julie when we're completely open.
You know what might be helpful too? How much time do you guys
There it
have
goes again.
tonight?
I've probably got 2 more hours.
Yeah, I gotta get up early tomorrow, so like maybe 1 if I'm being real.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. We won't do it tonight then. I was gonna say, you and I could duo queue real quick, and I could play midfield. Ramen, you could spectate it and learn some stuff from watching, and then immediately after you two play and I watch.
I mean, we could still do that.
It's up to you
I don't
guys.
mind. I don't mind staying up a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean,
I just like I gotta be up early, so I'll probably go to
There's
bed
a
like
lot
right
of
after.
little things I want to talk about, but I'm not seeing situations to do. And I've literally done coaching sessions where it's just me doing a stream of consciousness while I play,
Sure.
and it's been very helpful for people.
I mean, yeah, that works.
All right, let's try that.
Wait, skip to the stat screen.
All right.
You gotta understand our carry.
Robert. That's what happens when you don't just pass the ball to Julie when you get it. Because every time I saw that happen,
Oh,
it was
that's
so
beautiful.
painful.
Look at the
It's so
saves.
painful.
Look at the saves line.
The shots, the saves, and the redirects are all like just.
Yeah,
I have 8 less saves than our goalie. I
this
have
is midfield domination.
double the shots of everybody else, and then like
Well, that's
double
like
the
I said.
redirects.
That's why we pick band the way we did on the midfield was just to like basically ensure that Ramen could just run the game.
I mean, it worked out.
Yeah.
This is why you do not run pumps on Oni Village.
I mean, honestly, the way they were rotated, a lot of times, it kind of felt like the Rasmus was the midfield.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were
Like,
swapping. I kind of like that though, like having both forwards kind of like parallel.
Well, that's
Yeah,
why
but the
both of you just
problem-
run slicks.
You can make it really nasty. Yeah, exactly.
The problem ended up being that they they had like, or actually most of the goals just went in by by chance. I don't.
On both sides, really.
Yes,
I mean, most of
I
their
watched
goals
the
were
game.
just
I
like
was like,
flips.
oh, it went in. Cool.
Luna by herself should have like 5 or 6 KOs a game.
If she was bursting for damage, yeah, she would have had way more, but she wasn't, which is kind of crazy.
And if you're not gonna do that, then don't run Pummeler's Luna.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
No, she was selling a lot of kills.
No,
for
it's so
sure.
the hits don't last longer on the abilities, you know.
Genius.
Well, that should get you guys to the edge with flip up, and she just wouldn't use it. It's like, why? It's a kill. It's worth a flip.